Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Fifth verse. Deham pranam api indriyani api chalam buddhim cha shunyam viduhu strimalandha jadopama swamiti branta vrisham vadinaha शक्ति विलास कल्पितमः व्यामोह संहारिणे टुगेदर तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये. Whatever notion we live with, accordingly our life is planned. We all are going through a disease called as wrong notion disease. Our notions about ourselves as to who am I at a given period of time. Then what is this world? About the world we complain. Then we also complain about God. Why did He create this world? Then we are also confused about what is the meaning of spiritual practice. There was one student studying in medical college, and after my talk was over, he came and he said, Swamiji, I want some guidance from you. I said, I am not Grey's Anatomy. I don't know. Don't ask me. He said, I went to our doctoral professors, but they say everything is right with you. But something is wrong with me. I said, what is wrong? He said, I am having some kind of heart problem. But the doctor says, no, it's perfectly all right. All readings are normal. So what should be done? I said, I got only one solution to all the problems. Think properly. Then I asked him, what are you studying these days? He said, we are studying cardiovascular system. I said, very good. Now, when are you going to start the renal system? Maybe after a month or so. I said, that time your heart problem will subside and kidney stone will develop. We get that notion. Another example I'll tell you about these notions. I was staying with one old man when I was pretty young. And he was so healthy, anything he eats he can digest. No blood pressure, no sugar, health is perfect. He was 80-85, a Malayali. And at that age, some or the other problem is there for everybody. He had no problem. That was his problem. See? And then he used to tell me that, doctor, how it is that I don't have any problem? I said, yes, I should call him Mama. Yes, Mama, we should go. So we went to one doctor. He checked, he said, congratulations, young man. He looked at me, that old man. He came out. He said, this doctor doesn't know anything. Yes, you're right. He doesn't know anything. Therefore, he is telling you are all right. Second doctor, third doctor, same reading. Then I understood his problem. I diagnosed better. Then I said, Mama, I will see some best doctor and come back to you, okay? Then I talked to one doctor. I told him the whole thing. I said, kindly do this favor for me. When I bring him, you become stunned. how come you are still alive? You have got heart problem, only 20% functional. And your blood pressure will shoot any time. You have to do this thing. Don't eat this, don't eat that. Your sugar level is at border. Don't climb the steps fast. Don't take this. All that was explained. And then I took this old man there. And it was already planned. So he told all that. Then my old man was happy. Yes, he was. We paid him for nothing. And thereafter, he started behaving as if he is not well. He will be climbing the steps. Mama, slowly, don't do it. I will do it for you. Yes, beta, come this side. He put his hand on my shoulder. And I used to enjoy. I suffer. We are all leading notional life. If something is wrong with me, I am unfortunate, lucky. I think I am born as a failure. See? And all these notions make us miserable. When we study the scriptures, the purpose of studying the scriptures is evaluate your notions and correct them without replacing the notions. Normally what happens? If you take yoga, if you take upasana, if you take bhakti, there it is a notion replacement. Earlier I was a bhogi, now I is a yogi. Earlier I used to sleep very late, now I don't sleep very late. Earlier I used to become very angry, now I become less angry. That problem of I is still maintained. And therefore, when you study Vedanta, don't expect any respect for you. Oh, he was such a break thief. Now he has become a saint. See, look at Valmiki Maharshi. He is the latest Valmiki Maharshi model. Don't have that funny thing. Clear understanding. Spiritual evolution according to Vedanta means you do not become extraordinary. You leave all the extra and come back to the ordinary. But normally this is what happens. Therefore, which are those extra things that we become? Deham, I am the body. Prana, I am very dynamic. I do seva. I do for Narayan seva. I do for this thing. I go to the villages and do this work. Such people, they are unhappy with the healthy people. Like the doctors. Doctors don't like healthy people. Some Anil, mil gaya bakra. In the same manner, those who are engaged in service, they are on lookout to find out miserable people and then help them. Be attentive. Don't have compassion for anybody. What is the compassion? Poor fellow, he doesn't have food. Take. You are insulting God in him. No compassion. If you have to, you serve. And when we serve, what is the attitude? Change in our attitude. We serve our parents. They may be invalid, they may be having problem, but we don't have compassion for them. We have love for them. Compassion is an expression wherein we have discovered some lacuna in the other person and we consider ourselves to be of a superior kind. Therefore, I feel pity when I see the miserable people. And therefore, I give the leftover half sandwich take. No. See? Therefore, deham prana indriyanyapi jala. Then I don't eat this, I don't eat that. And that becomes our great issue. See? It's so important. The other day, someplace I was taking lunch. And one lady, she came from other house. I could not go to her house, whatever reason. So she thought, let me get something for Swami. So she got onion pakoras made. And she came. And my hostile with whom I was staying, so she came and she was going to give me this pakoda. So this hostile became real hostile. Took it away. You are giving onion pakoras to Swamiji? Do you know? Mahatmas don't eat onion. And that old lady, she gave me such a great love. With great difficulty she came. And I saw her face. Then I said, Amma, just cook. I had to handle both. Otherwise they will handle me. So I just looked at her and just keep quiet. Then when this hostile went away, I said, Amma, bring it. And I took a bunch of it. I said, now you disappear somewhere. Otherwise she will eat you. And then, oh, she has given you. I said, no, she has not given, I have taken. Swamiji, it contains onions. So, Mahatmas don't eat onions. I said, you are perfectly right, Amma. But I am not a Mahatma. I am C.H. Atma. And then we get so much lost in that. See, another place, where it happened, recently it happened, maybe before Corona. One lady somewhere on the airport somewhere, we came, Swamiji, should I touch your feet? I said, don't pull them. Then she said, I asked because, then she told her experience. I was in the Bihar school of yoga, she said. And in the morning when some Mahatmaji was coming, I came out of my room and I saw Mahatmaji. I went and touched his feet and did namaskar. I was so ridiculed and made miserable that I have to leave that place next day. Why did you touch Mahatmaji's feet? From that time onward, I am extremely afraid of Mahatmas. Therefore, when I looked at you, she said, touch her, touch her. See, friends, such touchy spirituality cannot be real spirituality. These are other notions we carry because we become extraordinary. Deham, pranam, indriyani, then chalam, buddhi. We all have got some fixation of thoughts. See? Like those who take the afim ganja, suppose before taking that dose, if they are laughing and in that they take it, that thought becomes fixed. And they keep on laughing till you get miserable. In the same manner, we are all having thought fixation. I am good, I am not like others. And with that thought fixation, we continue to live our life. So, chalam buddhi and shunyam. And then other, there is nothing, there is no world. Okay? Then logic and argument. One boy in USA asked me this question. You people say world is an illusion. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. I said yes. Then these mirage waters are also illusion. Yes. And then you tell love everybody. I said yes. Then can you love mirage waters? They are illusions. So this world is an illusion. How can you love everybody? Then I said then when it is illusion, don't love, never mind. But don't hate also. Go beyond love and hate. What is going beyond love and hate? You carry no burden of any desire. When I love something, I want it. I run towards that. When I hate something, I run away from that. So what is our life? Run or run. What I like, run towards. What I don't like, run away. When are you going to keep cool? This is the meaning. Therefore, deham pranam apindriyannapi chala shunyam cha buddhim cha shunyam viduhu. Who are those three? Those who are body oriented, materialist. They are called as charuvak. Charvak. It is so nice. Rudam krutva ghrutam pibe. Now we are in Karnataka. We have got here many ideas. How people have taken millions of rupees from various banks and gone away. Kya karna kar lo. You have got ideal. Therefore, such three materially oriented, only purpose of their life is money, 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 nothing else. And then money, when you have, the money has to go. Lakshmi is chanchal. Then you want to get involved, indulging. See? Stree, then Bala. Bala is, they are bacche. What is being bachcha? Constantly asking questions. Now, suppose this is happened. Suppose that is happened. What is to be done? Then I say, I'll tell you a story. One boy went for some interview, IAS, IPS. And then the question was, suppose you are on the 12th floor and you cannot go out of your the house, and suppose that floor caught fire. What will you do? If you go inside, you will be roasted. If you jump out, you will die. What will you do? Question. So what is intelligent person say? Don't imagine, relax. What was told? Imagine, suppose. Why do you imagine? Why do you suppose? See? Therefore, Bala, they are all imagining. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. If you don't know, relax. If you know, be prepared. There is a question. Similarly, these days I am having terrible fear of death. What should I do? Don't die. No, but the fear comes, then die. This question asking people are like one husband and wife. Husband was a softie. You know who are softies? They do not like human face. They like the monitor. Human hat here. All soft. Therefore, when two software engineers come together as husband and wife, they can't face each other. They want to face through that. Constantly, tu, my, tu. Goes on. There is no end to this. The more you think about it, you come to know Stree, Bala, they are bachcha, they are fighting on all nonsense issues. Don't get into argument. So this couple I am talking about, this man was busy, he was a softie and wife was a hardy, Laurel Hardy type. So he was busy with some kind of, he had some target time to finish that software, and she was preparing to go somewhere. So she started asking questions. Now he's busy, but she will keep on talking. I think I should cut my hair. They are too long. Cut. But my mother tells such long hairs very few people have. Don't cut, don't cut. But now today is the fashion of cutting there. Cut. Cut, don't cut. Cut, don't cut. Cut, don't cut. But what people will say if I don't cut? I'm still having long hair like old people. Cut. Don't cut. Cut. That topic was over. Then she said, the food is ready. Come for food. Cut. You are hungry or not? Don't cut. Who is listening? Now to such people, Bala, Bacche, are you going to argue with them? Therefore I give this Mahamantra to all the husbands of the world. When the wife is talking, you should keep quiet. When she is quiet, you should not talk. There will be peace on earth. Stree, Bala, Andha. Andha is blind. Who is a blind person? He who is not able to learn from his own experience. He is blind. Any experience, anything you go through, good or bad, if you learn from that, it is neither good nor bad because you have learned. Don't evaluate any event, any experience of your life, good or bad. No, not that way. Have you learned? Then it is spiritual practice. Stri, man, bachcha. And we don't learn from our experience. Our real guru is our experience. If we don't learn from our experience, even God cannot teach us. We have to learn. Stri, mala, andha, jada. Jada is manufacturer's defect. There is one girl now, she is a mother of two grown-up children. When she was in her, I think, 16, 17, finished her 12th standard, then she was asking me, Swamiji, what should I study? I said, see, don't get into the routine, engineer and doctor and all that. Get into arts. No worry on the head. Relax. In arts, nobody fails. And throughout life, you relax. Then what should I do? Then as she finished first graduation, she did it. Then again, Swamiji, now I am thinking I will go and take up the spastic children education system. So I can serve those children who are spastic, etc. I said, I don't agree with that. Then I said, you get into the education field, but then teach healthy children, capable children, give them guidance. She agreed. She became one of the best teachers. And then she asked me, Swamiji, that time you told me not to do that, I did not do, I followed your instruction. No, now can you tell me, that time you didn't tell me. Why did you do that? I said, look here, these spastic children, you cannot improve them, they are manufacturer's defect. Your potentiality, your ability is required for the healthy people to use their potentiality in a productive way. That is more important. See, to a mad person you spend whole life, you will join with him, like the psychiatrist. See, two psychiatrist friends, retired, one became a patient, the other did not. So the one who became a patient, he asked, how come you did not become patient and I became a patient? He said, the reason is, when the patient used to come, he used to talk and used to listen. When my patient used to come, he used to talk. I never used to listen. Therefore I am relaxed. So he must have been listening to Vedanta. See friends, Stri, Bala, Andha, Jada. So these ahamiti, Bhranta, Vrishamvadina, so they get lost in this kind of notion about themselves. I am very unlucky, I am very unfortunate, I don't know why everything bad happens to me. Get out of self-pity. Self-pity is the highest insult. As we should respect others, also respect yourself. Don't get papoham, papakarmaham. See, like some people, they have this thing. I am the dasoha, dasoka, 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 das. Ram, 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 ram. No. Remain cheerful and happy, that's it. So, Vrishamvadina. Now, why this is happening to them? Maya, Shakti, Vilasa, Kalpita. This is Kalpita, all imaginations. And whose imagination? Maya Kalpita, Deshakal, Maya Kalpita, Maha Vyamoha Samharine. So this Vyamoha, the extraordinary delusion, is because of this Maya Shakti. Now what is Maya Shakti? Maya Shakti is when our experiences gathered through our faculties such as sense organs, mind and intellect, and we limit our knowledge only with those limitations and take them to be real We are under the influence of the Maya Shakti Vyamoha. What we can see by the eyes, that alone is not the truth, it is much more than that. What we can understand our intellect is not the ultimate, it is much more than that. See, this is where many intellectuals fail. Kenopanishad, if you have studied, you know this. The teacher very clearly tells, न तत्र चक्षुर गच्छति न वाक् गच्छति न मनः न विद्मः न विजानीमः यथा एतत् अनुशिष्यात्. All your faculties fail and we do not know how to teach. Truth cannot be taught. The real teacher is the teacher who teaches not and yet the student learns. See, now the student becomes frustrated. What to do? Then he says, sir, your guru must have told you something, you tell me that. It's okay, I can tell you that. He is not teaching. I am telling you what my guru told me. And then he says, Anya devatat viditat atha aviditat adi. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. What is the truth is never told. You study Narada Bhakti Sutra. There also Bhagavan is never defined. Who is God? Nowhere it is told. It is Bhakti Sutra. But God is not mentioned anywhere in the Bhakti Sutra. And then he gives the homework. Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidu upasate. 5 homeworks he gives. And then the class is over. Then the student comes immediately. Sir, I have understood now. So the teacher says, Khak understood. What did I tell you? It cannot be understood. Because your understanding is what? Daharam-evapi nunam tvam metha brahmano rupam. You have understood it only with reference to something. Be attentive. Referential knowledge is at the level of the mind or the thought. Non-referential experience is the truth. Don't give any reference. In being, no reference is required. In becoming, reference is required. Do you know Gupta ji? No, I don't know. Arey yaar, Gupta ji is Mr. Shetty's son-in-law. Shetty you know very well. He has cheated me number of times. No, his son-in-law. Super. Then after you get sufficiently cheated by that Gupta ji, next time somebody asks, do you know Gupta ji? Do you require Shetty? I know very well. Aparokshanubhuti. Daharam-evapi nunam tvam metta brahmano rupam. All we talk about Paramatma is with reference to the world. Here also, deham pranam api indriyan abhichala buddhim cha shunyam vidu. With reference. Drop all the references. And that is why we tell you, it is an experience without an experiencer. Then, Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Maha Vyamoha Samharine. All these delusions are completely destroyed. Samharine. See, friends. Means of knowledge are required to know which is something other than us. We can see with our eyes all the colors and forms. We cannot see our own eyes with our own eyes. In some college or school, one smart girl asked me this question. I can see my eyes. Really? Show me. How do you see? She took out from her purse a small mirror. See, I can see. Hey, you are so intelligent. I agree, I am defeated. But can you do one favor? To that eye, what you are seeing, apply the kajal, take the kajal and apply there. What you see there is only a reflection. See? As eyes cannot see themselves, meaning what? There is a vision in the eyes without eyes becoming the seer. There is hearing ability, hearing without becoming a hearer. When you hear or listen without becoming a listener, you will not end up in making this as a concept. Truth is not a concept. Don't try to understand. This is what in Kenopanishad Bhagavad the teacher tells him. Yadi manne se suvedeti. If you say, you understood very well. Yadi manne se suvedeti, daharamevapi nunam tvam metta brahmano rupam. You hardly understood anything. See? This is Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Maha Vyamoha Samharine. All these wrong notions must be dropped. And what is the wrong notion? Is this. Non-referential knowledge is the truth. Referential knowledge is mind samsara. What means of knowledge we use to know our being? In becoming, reference is there. Whether my vision is functional or not. Reference, I have to see whether I can see colors and form, then the vision is functional. So it is mutual dependence. But whether I am or I am not, I don't require anybody's certification. Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Maha Vyamoha Samharine. If this we take as the guiding factor, then what will happen? You sit for meditation and then I sat down and their light came. But only Swamiji, once only light came. After that it never came. I am trying my best. Why the light is not coming? My dear friend, change the bulb, it has become fused. The first time when it came, it was very powerful and it became fused. And therefore you are confused. Remember, any experience which begins, remains and ends is a play of mind. Any experience. Everything is in our mind. The Guru is in our mind. Guru is not outside. Take this clear understanding. This is just example, I have terrible hunger. Where is the hunger? Inside the stomach. Lovely food is available. Where is the food? Outside the body, on the table. Now by looking at the food, will my hunger be satiated? That food must go and land in the place where there is hunger, is it not? In the same manner, where are the problems? Problems are in the mind. Where is the Guru? Outside. So that outside Guru must migrate and enter my mind. And how the Guru enters the mind? When we are able to learn from our every passing experience, then the external Guru has manifested as the learning ability in every seeker. In Bhagavad Mahapuran, a great king was going on the banks of Ganges at the base of Himalayas, and he saw a great Avdhuta there. And he was cheerfully, happily, like to relax. So this king said, "Sir, who are you? Nothing we have. You don't have kingdom, you don't have army, you don't have wealth, you don't have anything. How come you are so happy?" He said, "Therefore I am happy." Then, really? Then I want to know, whom from you learn? Who is your Guru? He said, if there is one Guru, Daridri people have got one lungi. He said, I have got 24 gurus, not one. And he enumerates them and tells, I have learned from them. See, Guru manifests in our heart when we develop that faculty of learning from every passing experience of our life. And when we learn, we do not create impressions on the mind. Knowledge with impressions is concept. Knowledge without concept is the truth. This happened in Pittsburgh. After my talk in some college, the professor of philosophy or whatever he may be, he asked me this question. We went to his room to have tea or coffee. He said, how come for your lecture all the students are sitting through? When I give a lecture, they start with 30, 40, and by the time I conclude, there is hardly one or two. Freedom, they walk out. I said, you ask them, I don't know. Then he said, maybe you have presented the concepts very well. I said, Maharaj, you are a professor is a concept. You are American is a concept. You are successful is a concept. You are is not a concept. I did not talk of concepts. If you are understanding, you are an academician. Write a thesis, get PhD, and suffer. Think, friends. This is Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Maha Vyamoha Samharine. The truth is not a concept, my friends. It is you. And for that, as we have discussed, we have to get out of these notions. First notion, I am body. Second notion, I am Jiva. But the Jiva business is such a dumb one. See? You will see so far we have been talking, or you listen to any Vedantic talk. We don't bring last life, this life, next life. All bluffs. See? There is a friend of mine, I don't know if he is still alive or not, very old. He was a yogi, very great, good friend. Every 1st to 7th January, I used to have my lecture in Somaiya College in Mumbai. Regularly, 1st January to 7th January. That time I used to go to one Amma. She was a follower of Satya Sai Baba. And in their house, so much things used to come. My interest was idli sambar, garam garam only. I used to take breakfast there. So, that friend of mine, his lecture used to be immediately after my lecture. My lecture 7 to 8, his will start from 7:15 to 8:15. 15 minutes we used to sit together, talk. One day he told me, I know my earlier lives. And he enumerated. In the last, that is my 6th life, I was in Jabalpur. Before that, I was in Dehradun. Like that. And then, 7th life, I was a parrot. He told about himself. He said, I can tell about you also. I got that Siddhi. I said, don't tell me. I know. You also? Yes. I said, in last life, I was a donkey. Now also I am a donkey. Steady. उस समय ये गधा था, अभी गधा हूँ. Friends, get carried away by all these things. Remain in the utter present. When a pot breaks, will the pot space go out of the pot in search of a potty? It happens only because of misunderstanding the Jiva. If you have to define the reflection in the mirror, how will you define? First of all, we don't define. बढ़िया सुनो. Start inquiry. When you talk about Jiva, what is Jiva? Except in our Vedanta Shastra, nowhere they define Jiva. Nowhere. Jiva is an amalgam of three. Paramatma in Yoga, Brahman in Vedanta, and Bhagwan in Bhakti Shastra. Three words indicating the same reality. So Paramatma expressing through the limitations of the Panchakoshas, and that expression, all these three together is called Jiva. Now to understand in your language, man is Paramatma, Brahman, expressing through the limitations of the wife, is called as husband. So if you have to define a husband, can you talk about a husband without a wife and a man? You cannot. But among these three, who is real? Whether the husband is real, or the wife is real, or the man is real. Man can remain without becoming a husband, but a husband cannot be without being a man. What is the truth? But then we are so much overpowered by this non-existing entity called as husband. We take him as real. See, this example I had given. One girl came to meet me sometime in Mumbai, and she was very disturbed. Swamiji, Mummy told me, go and ask Swamiji. I said, what is the problem, man? Don't ask me questions. I am allergic to questions. See, no, there is some puja going on in our house. And my mother told, for this puja you cannot remain, you go out. Because this puja is only for the Saubhagyavati, Mangali girls. So, Swamiji, you know I am divorced. I said, yes, I know. So my mother said, go out. You are not married. You don't have husband. Now the question is, after divorce, the girl becomes vidva or remains sadhva? Now answer this question. When girl gets divorced, she is no more a wife. When a wife loses her husband, when he dies, then she is a widow. Whether the husband is not there because of the death of the man or because of the divorce, meaning is the same, she doesn't have a husband. Now the question is, whether she is widow or not. Then immediately I became very grave, serious. Then I told her, look here, you asked a very difficult question. I have studied all the four Vedas. In and through, nowhere there is a mention of this situation that after divorce, whether the girl is a widow or not. Why? Because who died? Has the husband died? Has the wife died? They cannot die because they don't exist. Can you separate the man from the husband? Can you separate the wife from the woman? Where are they? Are we not miserable as mother, as wife, as daughter? Are we not miserable as a son, as a father, as a husband? See? We are miserable as that. Now where are those three guys? They have no place. See? They don't exist. And these non-existing entities are making us miserable. Now tell me, how can you solve somebody? And this is indicated as Jiva. Now why the Jiva factor comes in our scriptures? It comes because we are going and asking wrong questions. Wrong questions cannot have right answer. So, one husband comes to me and asks the question, Swamiji, why my wife is like this? Other people's wives are so good, but my wife is like this. Say, look here, the grass on the other side of the fence is always green. No, don't tell me that. Why this is happening to me? Then I am a Babaji, I am supposed to help him. Look here, in the last life, you have tortured her. And therefore she was doing Karwa Chauth. And in this life, she wants to take the revenge. Therefore she is your wife. But now what you can do, stop blaming her. You are responsible for your all miseries. Now onwards, behave properly with her. Then what will happen? In the next life, she will not be your wife. Really? Yes! So, he will become responsible for his life and stop blaming her. What is the net result? There will be peace. The day we take responsibility of our life, we are all miserable exclusively only because of ourselves. Nobody can make us miserable unless you cooperate. Then the question was, in the last life you have tortured. Therefore in this life she has come. In the next life this will happen. What is the understanding? Understanding, who was I in the last life? Man, you are a jiva. Oh, I am a jiva. And we stop there. And then we get into punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. No. Before this body was born, you were there. In this body you are there. If this body is reduced to ashes, you continue to be there. Therefore, who are you? You are a continuous and broken presence. That we don't understand. But then, last life, this life, next life. Going to hell, going to heaven. All dumb things. Don't get carried away by those stories. Never there is a possibility of experiencing our absence. We are the eternal presence. See, friends, it is for this purpose the concept of jiva is brought. So jiva is making us accept that we are someone other than the body. There was some place, one doctor in US it happened. I went to their house for food in the evening. And she told me, doctor, Swami, I asked, hey, where is the sweetie, their daughter? Swamiji, she is off mood. She is very angry with me. Please go and talk to her. In USA, there is nothing like free dinner. They get the work done. So I went to her room. And then I started talking to her. I said, hey, your mom is praising you like anything. Don't tell me anything. She never praises me, condemns every time. I said, do you know she has prepared your choice food? Then I told her, look here. The fulfillment of your mother is not in being a successful surgeon, but the fulfillment of her life is in becoming a good mother. Don't tell me that. I said, go and ask her. So she went. Mom, this was the question. You feel good when your operation is successful, or you feel good when you give me chapati to eat and I like it? Simple question. When this was said, that mother hugged that girl and said, this is not a question you can ask. You cannot ask this question. Swamiji must have told you. Yes. See, friends, the moment you discover these simple facts of life, whatever achievement you have in this life is limited for a little period. The real fulfillment, etad buddhva buddhiman syat kruta krutascha bharata. The fulfillment comes in life, not in the material achievement, but when you come to discover as to what is your essential nature. And why this is hidden? Because Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Maha Vyamoha Samharine. We are lost in these wrong notions. First notion, Deham. Second notion, I am the Jiva. Third notion, I am a holy person. Fourth notion, I am an unholy person. See, Maharaj, when you thus are able to start your journey from the periphery, come to the center. And it is a process of giving up. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amrutatva manashu. Now to understand this, you don't have to become very serious. Only analyze your own experience, how you go to sleep. Don't go now. How you go to sleep. We have to understand how this is possible. So what do you do? Drop the world, come to the house. Drop the house, come to the room. Drop the everything, go below the quilt. And in the last Maha Mantra, not Om Namah Shivaya, no. Last mantra is, I want to sleep. We don't say that, but that is what we mean. Then we do the dosha asana. First of all, we try to sleep on the back. No, it doesn't matter. Then give palki. No. There may be other palki. And then bhujangasana. This all is for what? For giving up everything. And to the extent, the one who wanted to give up, even he is given up. What remains is Brahmanandam Paramasukadam. To get such a simple thing like sleep, we have to give up the dumb thing called as ego, I, to know the truth. Where is the place for this I? So what is happening? I is mistaken by us as body. I is mistaken by us as prana or the indriyas. They are just instruments through which we are functioning. Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namaidam. That is the Guru Murti. That is our essential nature. Don't search for God outside. Kabir ji says, मोहे मोको कहाँ ढूंढने बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास हूँ. And if we want to look within, what we have to do? We don't have to close the eyes. Then look, but don't see. Let there be experience, but don't react. Therefore, our Mahamantra, देखो, सुनो, मत बोलो. You are living in meditation. It is not all the time. See? Relax. And you will be able to achieve it only with simple rule. You are not going to get anything. If I do meditation, will my wife listen to you? No, she will not listen. This happened in Mahabaleshwar. We were having our retreat. One lady used to come. Her husband never came. That was the only time he must be in peace. So, last day, when we were to go, our car, I said, hey, you go and fill in the gas, petrol. I will wait below the tree. Nice, I like this. So the person went to fill in the petrol. And I was standing there watching the nice mountains, valleys and all that. This lady came from somewhere. Swamiji, what are you doing here? So I looked at her and I said, Amma, why are you torturing Bhole Baba? I don't know why I did, I said, but I did say. Why are you torturing Bhole Baba? Did he come and tell you anything? I did not know even he is her husband. Only by default I said something. I said, no, he never came and I don't know whether he is your husband or whatever. I don't know. Then they started Mahabharata. Swamiji, he is so selfish. I kept quiet, nothing to react. Do you know what he does? I kept quiet. He does meditation early in the morning, alone. He doesn't call me. You could laugh. I was serious. Doing meditation alone. Then, you know what he does? He gets up early in the morning, 2:33, and he sits for meditation up to 6 o'clock, 4 hours. And at 4 hours, after that 6 o'clock, he gets up, finishes his bath and all that. He is a doctor, he goes for his practice. And then I get up at 6 o'clock, then I have to attend everything at home. Is it good? Now tell me, what is the question? Which is good? Whether doing meditation is good or what is the good? The question. So, spiritual practice is not a companionship. It is by the one, to the one, all alone, without getting lonely in life. See? Therefore, Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Mahavyamoha Samharine. Don't get involved with anything, anybody on any issue. The only example I can think of telling you is this. As you listen to Vedanta, listen to the world. Vedanta cannot change us because we are the changeless substance. So similarly, don't try to change anybody. You will be happier than the happiest. See? Now we come to the verse number 6. Rahu grasta divakarendu sadrusho Maya samachadana Sanmatra karanopasamharanato Yogūt sushupta puman Pragaswapsamiti prabodha samaye Yapratyabhijñāyate Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamoortaye. About the Grahan, Chandra and Surya, there are many stories. According to Puranic stories, the Mohini Bhagwan collected the nectar, Amritam, and it was to be distributed. So the Asuras were kept busy talking sweet, and Mohini Bhagwan was giving food, the nectar, Amritam, to Devas. So one Asura, Rahu, he knew the trick. He said, okay, you are playing with us, I'll also. And he took the form of the gods, and he came in between Surya and Chandrama, sun and the moon. And this Mohini Bhagwan was giving nectar. When it was given to Rahu, he immediately gulped it. And then these two fellows told Surya and Chandrama, oh, he is Asura, he is not Deva. Really cut his throat, neck. Therefore, Rahu is only with the head. And thank God, because the nectar came out from the other end. But the other body remained separate, Ketu and Rahu. This is how the story goes. Now, because of this, what happened? These Rahu and this Surya and Chandrama, they became the enemies of Rahu. So whenever he gets chance, he goes and eats them. So when the sun eclipse is there, Rahu goes and bites the sun in his mouth. And therefore there is darkness everywhere, and it is called as the Surya Grahan. But thank God there is nothing beyond the neck, so again the sun comes out. This is the Puranic story. So is the case with the Chandra Grahan. Rahu grasta divakarendu sadrushaha. Then Maya samachadana. So this covering by the Rahu is only a temporary phenomena. it is not eternal phenomena. In the same manner, if you take our experiences, they are, if understood in the light of this example, you will come to know you are never lost in this world, you are ever the same. The rest of the things, next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya